Good morning, and thank you very much for joining us. I am Yori Folani. The political season is really hotting up. As you know, there was a major event yesterday on the political horizon talking about the APC Women's Presidential Campaign team. That was inaugurated. It's headed up by First Lady Aisha Buhari. And as you know, the president has said that in his tenure, in his experience, women have been his most valuable, trusted, and loyal assets. And he's asked them to, transfer all of this onto the APC presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Well, we'll talk with those ladies this morning. Well, some of them, particularly the organizers. In studio here with me is Alhaja Kafilat Ogbara. She is the APC candidate for Kojofe constituency in the House of Representatives, former commissioner, Lagos State Audit Service Commission, and is a women's rights activist as well. Thank you very much for coming on, Ajia.
Thank you for having me.
Indeed, our pleasure. Good morning. And we also have with us Senator Grace Folashade Bent. Senator Bent is the first female elected from northern Nigeria, and thereby breaking a trend. She's elected from Adamawa State. She herself is a Yoruba lady from Ilesha, if I got it right, but she'll correct me if I was wrong. A fine morning to you, Senator.
Good morning, Yori. Nice having me here.
Okay, so I got that part right because I didn't notice any corrections.
Yeah, I'm the first female senator from the Northeast geopolitical zone and from northern Nigeria based on marital affiliation.
Exactly.
So you're right.
Yes. So we're delighted to have you. Okay, let's jump straight into it. Let me start with you, if I may, Senator. Well, you achieved that feat, on the ticket of PDP, but now you've picked up the ticket for APC, and the president was saying that women have been his most loyal and dependable supporters. Talk to me about how that how you take that, and whether that raises the bar. Women have always been known to be invaluable in these kind of operations. Talk to me about the role of women in politics.
Thank you very much, Yori. I think we will be playing a great disservice to the women folk, not just in Nigeria, but across the world, if we do not attach the kind of importance that is meant to be attached to the role that women often play in politics, in decision-making process, in policy making, and in governance. We have remained the most constant decimal in any political setting or in any democratic experience. When a woman stands to support any policy or any decision made by any government, you can just go home and sleep, and you know that such policies will be driven to a logical conclusion. Because we are extremely reliable. We are extremely focused when we are in office. A lot of women who go into politics, you see that the office really does not make them. They make the office. And, compared with their male counterparts. So the role of women in politics has not yet been completely become a thing that has taking the grip in our political experiment in Nigeria. Women are still remaining at the background. Women are still seen as a nuisance. Women are still seen as, belonging to the other room, and so on and so forth. If you look at the last primary elections of APC, like the Honorable Minister of Women Affairs rightly mentioned yesterday, it was really a very bad outing for the women, for the female folks. And you don't blame anybody but the political parties, because most of our political parties have not yet, captured and allowed it to, sink in their psyche, what they are losing, tremendous goodwill that they are losing by not allowing women to, as it were, take prominent positions when it comes to elective positions.
Okay.
The National Assembly, in the next dispensation, you will be very shocked that the percentage is going to drop very, very badly compared to what they had in 2019, because very few women have been able to scale through, have been allowed to scale through their primaries. So there are still fundamental issues. I think the political parties are still playing lip service to the issue of women participation in politics.
Okay.
We are not there. We're not there, and we're still crawling.
You're not where you want to be yet. Yet.
Not where we want to be, where the world wants the women to be. There's a paradigm shift. It's not just about Nigeria. Nigeria is sitting on the fence and watching, and other countries are already, changing their political fixation. They don't longer put women at the background. They are the ones that will beg the women, please come. When they see a sound, articulate, and capable woman that can handle issues. Advanced countries are already taking the bulls by the horns, and they are allowing them to take their proper place. Nigeria is not doing the same. I'm afraid to tell you that.
Okay. Let me hear from your fellow party member, Ajia Kafilat Ogbara. She's the APC candidate. By the way, I should say that you are looking to get the senatorial. You already have the senatorial ticket of the party, but you're going to be the senator for Adamawa South, which is also the region that.
That is a problem we have we're still in court as we speak today, because.
Tell me about that. When you say we're still in court.
Yeah.
In terms of your ticket with APC.
The primary, yes, the primary election, which was not we were 6 aspirants that participated in that primaries. But to our consternation, the electoral panel, for whatever reason, decided to go run the primaries with just one of the aspirants, only one aspirant, and went ahead to declare the aspirant as the winner out of 6. So the 5 remaining aspirants, which I am one, have taken the matter to court, because it was a huge slap on our face for the party to allow this criminal activity, this sad development to scale through, and the name of that person submitted to INEC. So we're still in court to challenge, yes, we've gone to court to challenge this anomaly, this very, very unfortunate development. We seem to have lost it. So the ticket is still not mine yet, because we've gone to court.
Okay.
And we're waiting for the court judgment. Yes.
Okay. Thank you for that update. But still, any way you look at it, when it comes to the politics of Adamawa South, you are a woman of substance, and that is by what is out there. By the
grace of God. Thank you.
Okay, let me speak to your colleague, your fellow party member, Ajia Kafilat Ogbara. As I was just saying, she is a former commissioner in the Lagos State Audit Service Commission, and you also have been a women's rights activist. You've not given up on this quest, because you've been in the trenches, so to speak, of politics. But this time around, you're election at the primaries doesn't have any issues.
No.
Now, the whole question about the role of women, the importance of women, as Senator Bent was saying, that we don't seem to have got it yet, what we're missing out on in the Nigerian polity by women not being, when I said where they need to be, where they would like to be, the senator said, well, it's going beyond where we need to be. It's about, look, it's about the natural order of things. What would you like to add to that?
Well, the internationally agreed target and standard by the Beijing affirmative action is that women must have equal participation in politics and, of course, in power sharing, in elective, in appointive positions, just like the male counterparts. And, of course, the reality here in Nigeria is that we are way below the target because most of the time we find out that a lot of women are not being encouraged to participate in politics. Women participation normally in political activities, you see that even when you go to attend political meetings, more women are there. But when it comes to the benefits of the political activities, the men take the whole of the table. You don't find any woman at the table. So this is a problem that we are facing in this country, and we are trying very, very hard to ensure that we continue to encourage our women not to give up. Just like our leader said yesterday, Asiwaju Bola, Ahmed, Tinubu, at the women wing, the inauguration of the women wing of the campaign team, eminently led by the First Lady of the country. I want to commend her, Aisha Buhari, and of course the wife of our flag bearer, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, and the wife of the vice presidential candidate, Ajia Nana Shetima, for putting up such a laudable program. I have been in political terrain for a while, and I've never seen anything like such in this country, because most of the time the men want to take the center stage, and you can see that our women this time around, we have even beat the council to it, because we are ready to take the bull by the horn. We are ready to go all out. Like the national woman leader also urged all the participants yesterday that go out there and ensure that you go from door to door, house to house, shop to shop, person to person, to campaign for our leader and our presidential candidates of APC, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and all the APC candidates, so that we can win the next coming election in 2023. And like I was saying about the gender parity, you find out that most of the time when women hold political offices, even from research, we know that when women are politically empowered, we find out that things are better off in such areas. In terms of the dividends of democracy, they are more responsive to citizen needs, and they also work across party lines excellently well, because women, we see ourselves as one, irrespective of the political affiliation or wherever we find ourselves. So this is very, very important in, achieving the global goals as well. You find out that from the global goals, from the Sustainable Development Goals, the number 5 goal that the world wants to achieve is to ensure that we have gender equality. When women are not empowered, there is no way we can achieve most of these global goals. The first one being zero, trying to eradicate poverty, trying to ensure that there is zero hunger, health issues and all that. It is only when women are properly positioned that things like this can be achieved. A woman, for instance, in a home, you find out that she's the one that takes care of the home, that takes care of you, even our husbands, takes care of the children. And it is what we inculcate in these children that makes the society. So once a woman is properly empowered, we find out that the home is cool. And when the home is cool, the society at large generally becomes a better place for everybody to live. So the moment we agree and we realize that it's only when women are properly positioned that we can have a better society, that is the only way to go. Okay. And you also find out that the last program that we had in Lagos State, the WAPA Connect, where Governor Sanwo-Olu, you see him emphatically stating that Lagos State has realized and they are on it, and that is the way they do their thing, ensuring that women are properly positioned. Even in the empowerment programs that they do, they ensure that over 60% of whatever they do, women are the beneficiaries. And you find out that Lagos State, is better for it, and we are looking up to having more of that in the next 4 years.
So there's a sense in which, as you've just said, the situation vis-a-vis gender parity is what it is, but APC, has always been a counterpart when it comes to empowering women. I hear that, there's a lot more that
even from our presidential candidate's resume, you find out that he is a man that is very gender sensitive. His wife, he was able to support. He started from home. He was able to support his wife to be a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 3 times. Yes. You know what that means?
Indeed.
It means he's, and even in Lagos State, most of the time we have female deputy governors, except very, exceptional cases.
So that's the sense in which APC, is a counterpart. Yeah. Senator, coming back to you, you were one of the organizers of this important women-led, the women presidential campaign team that was inaugurated yesterday under the headship of Aisha Buhari, distinguished First Lady of the Republic. How challenging was that, as because I've just heard in studio here that women can work across any divide, most divides, because the women, it's really, they see themselves as one. Tell me, how challenging was it getting the forces together, so to speak, of women folk?
For the records, Yori, I am not one of the organizers. This very successful outing we had yesterday, and the gathering of very eminent female politicians across Nigeria was and is still the brainchild of the mother of the nation, First Lady Dr. Aisha Muhammadu Buhari, and Senator Oluremi Tinubu, and Mr. Shetima. These are the 3
the main organizers,
women that put together what we had yesterday. It was driven by the First Lady, the mother of the nation, who has always been consistently in touch and in tune with the plight of the women in Nigeria when it comes to political participation. I am one of the beneficiaries of Dr. Mrs. Aisha Buhari's magnanimity in supporting women in politics. I'm talking about this current political dispensation. She led a few of us women to the national secretariat of the party to sit down with the national chairman, Senator Abdullah Adamo, and to, express our worries and fear about the non-inclusion of women in politics. So you could see a consistency. She dreams it, she lives it, and Mrs. Aisha Buhari is so worried and wants to leave a legacy, of consistency in wanting women at the driver's seat in political activities. You saw how she led women to the National Assembly to appeal to the men, the legislators, both in the Senate and the lower chambers, on why they should allow some of those bills, those very, very important bills, to skate through. And she did this. I mean, that was unprecedented. So Mrs. Buhari did that, and you could see the success we achieved yesterday. Our Women Wing is the first to be inaugurated, the Presidential Campaign Council. And that was why you saw our presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was so excited yesterday. And you could see from his expressions and his pronouncement yesterday that he now has a very veritable platform for him to depend on. And you saw from the speech of Professor Gambari, who represented His Excellency, the President of Nigeria, on how he said women have been the most supportive and the most loyal gender that have, been with him. So if you look at all this recurring decimal, you will understand that Nigeria is losing, and Nigeria is putting herself at the back bench, by not really quickly, running to capture this opportunity so that it doesn't slip out of their hands. So what Mrs. Buhari has done yesterday is to, against all odds, put those women together, and we are ready to hit the ground running for Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu, because you know that by INEC statistics, over 50% of the voting population of Nigeria is the female gender, and that is very instructive. If over 50% of the voting population is the female, then Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu it was not wrong to have said yesterday that he now knows who he can depend on. And really, the women are going to be his major pillar in this forthcoming election. Because once women say they are with you, they are with you. They don't, they go all out to make sure they work for you. You can close your eyes and go to sleep. And that is what we're supposed to do. Yes.
I like that line, that once women say they are with you, they are with you.
No, you cannot negotiate that. I remember late President Gaddafi of Libya, one of the times he visited Nigeria. I mean, I saw that most of the security team were ladies, women in their military. Yes, female soldiers in their military outfit. I mean, that was mind-blowing.
All right.
And I wondered, I said, wow, this man has surrounded himself with women. And that is very, very, that is instructive. I mean, if your security can be all women, then you know that if Nigeria wants to take a place in the Committee of Nations, it is high time, Nigeria begin to look inward and change this narrative. And our incoming president, Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu, by the grace of God, has assured the women that he is going to make sure he implements at least the 40% affirmative action. And I heard a woman say it yesterday that they are going to go, an extra mile to plead with Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu by the time he gets sworn in, that he should increase it to 50. There's nothing wrong with having a 50-50 thing. Just like you have in places like Rwanda, in Malawi, you have the zebra kind of policy. In Malawi, for example, is the zebra kind of a thing. You have a man here, you have a woman here, you have a man here now. And it's not about competition. It's about the positioning our country.
Let me... maybe in case anybody missed it for whatever reason, but it was broadcast nationally, let's look at proceedings at yesterday's event of the inauguration, and then we'll come back to our studio.
They have come from across the 36 states of the Federation, including the Federal Capital Territory. They are here to rally behind their presidential standard bearer, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and his running mate, Kashim Shettima. These women are so determined in delivering victory to the All Progressives Congress in the forthcoming general election. They said they cannot afford to lose, but work together as a formidable force to achieve success in 2023. The National Gender Policy has formulated the 35% affirmative action since 2006. It demands that 35% of women be involved in all governance process. This has, however, never been fully actualized in Nigeria. The Nigeria's First Lady and the Grand Patron of the Tinubu Shettima Presidential Women Team, Aisha Buhari, and the chairman of the team, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, have been fighting for the cause of women and have been at the forefront of the 35% affirmative action. Now, with the Tinubu Shettima ticket, this gender equality policy is expected to get more attention.
Permit me to voice out our concern for the progressive decline in the involvement and participation of women in elective and appointive positions at all the 3 tiers of government. Our clamor and cries over the years has remained unattended to, especially at the level of legislative arms of government. We have no option than to sign a compact with Nigerian women that will spell out the good policies of the party towards women for documentation and follow-up purposes.
Let us tell our women that the Tinubu Shetima ticket is the best option for them because the track records of both men show that they are gender sensitive and committed to uplifting the Nigerian woman. With these two men at the helm of affairs, Nigerian women can rest assured that their interests will be protected and their rights safeguarded. Not only that, you can also count on Ajia Nana Shetima and I as your partners for progress.
For the city boy, the long-awaited Nigeria's dream has come. The new hope is here. Hope of a better economy, constant electricity, and impregnable security of lives and property, among others.
Let me just tear off a little bit and give solace. Pray to God Almighty to console those who suffer some disasters across the country in flooding, those who might have lost their lives, and many of them that are in hospital. To you, the people, and particularly the women gathered here today, let me say one thing. Help is here. Hope is here. Assurance is here. Promise is here. Prosperity is here. Health is here. Security is here. Banditry has ended. Tell them you are following the man who knows the way.
Representing President Muhammadu Buhari, the Chief of Staff to the President, Ibrahim Gambari, who inaugurated the team, says no doubt that level playing field will be provided for the women. Tinubu Shetima ticket is a project these women will follow through. He said it's a victory they have already won.